Hi, and welcome to another episode of Remember This. I'm your host, Denise Boland. And with me today, I'm so excited, is Kelly Lang, nationally acclaimed singer and songwriter whose song, I'm Not Going Anywhere, is used by Ascension Hospitals for their national commercial. Well, she's with me today to talk about her latest single that she has created in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month and dedicated the video that goes with the song to Olivia Newton John, her dear friend. So, everybody, please welcome Kelly Lang. Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Denise. Thanks for having me today.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for being here. It's great to see you.
Great to be seen. I had COVID this last week, so I'm just like dragging out of bed today. Hope I don't look
Oh,
puffy.
oh no, you look amazing. So, what was that like?
Wow. Well, TG, my husband, TG Shepherd, he's a singer too. So he had COVID before me, and I felt like I needed to take care of him, and I was just hoping and praying I wouldn't get it. And of course, I ended up in the same situation.
Right.
It's very contagious. This is our third time to have this.
Oh, boy.
So the first time was really, really bad. He ended up with double pneumonia. So this time has been, it's been better, but still, it takes a lot out of you.
It does. It does. And it's so important now to just really build up our immune systems. And I think like a lot of the prepackaged foods, just all the foods, I think since maybe the 80s or 90s when they just started making all these, ready prepared meals and just all the stuff that's in it, it's just really not good for our immune system. So yeah, I think that's the goal. What's that?
I said, I wish I was a better cook. I have a lot of really generous friends that have been sending us lovely meals, and thank God for that, because I have not had any energy. My energy is just like,
Sure.
well, it's been tough.
Yeah. But you're feeling better now?
Today's the first day I felt like a human being. Yesterday was starting to turn the corner, I guess. So hopefully I'm on the mend.
Aw. Well, I hope so. I hope so. Well, you look amazing.
Well, thank you. You do too.
Thank you. So, like I was telling you before the show started, I watch your YouTube channel and I just recommend it to everybody. You got to go to Kelly's YouTube channel because you're constantly putting content out there and you're putting these amazing videos of your performances. And then I saw that you came out with your latest single, and which is called Life Sentence. And I remember when you were on my show before, during the interview, when you talked about your 17-year cancer journey, and thank God that you fought it and you won, thank God. But I remember you saying, you didn't consider it a death sentence, you considered it a life sentence. Can you talk to that a little bit?
Yeah, when I went to the doctor, they tell me right going into the door, he says, I can tell who's going to survive this or do better by their attitude. If you've got a positive attitude and you have a good, constant, positive vibe about you got a better chance of making that. And that really resonated with me. And then, being friends with Olivia, she was notorious for her positive, uplifting attitude towards everything. And I just adapted that. And I just decided that, I could go down a dark, it could be considered a death sentence. Somebody hears the C word, they naturally think it's doom and gloom. But I decided to push the reset button and consider it my life sentence. And by that, I mean like appreciating things more and looking at the sky more blue and the grass greener and just acknowledging, I sit on the white sofa now and I use the good china. I don't wait for a special day. Every day is special. And that was a beautiful lesson I learned. And I don't want to encourage people to have to wait till they hear something dark in their lives to be able to live like that. Every day is a gift. Nobody's guaranteed tomorrow. And you might as well enjoy it while you're here.
Definitely. Amen. There's a movie. I don't know if it's an old movie. I don't know if you ever saw it. It's Our Town. Did you ever see that?
No, I haven't.
I recommend it highly. And yeah, it's about a girl and she grows up and gets married and then, then she dies. And then she is able to see her family, but they don't see her. And she missed coffee and she just missed the sunshine. And there was a line in there like, do people ever really appreciate life while they're in it? and
Well,
that's what it reminds me of, because we
I
just,
do. I do. And I like to make this is one thing I want to encourage people today. Anybody listening out there, don't wait for something really big to celebrate. I mean, I'm not meaning to be cheesy in the fact, oh, you woke up, you go celebrate. I'm just saying if you met your goal today, or if you met maybe your weight goal or your work goal, or you got the dishes done, celebrate. Sit down and have a cup of coffee with your friend. Sit down and call somebody you haven't talked to in a while. And little celebrations really make a difference because it's a time marker and it gives you an opportunity to just evolve and go, wow, that was something I accomplished. Don't go past it. Don't overlook something that you have set your mind to. Celebrate along the way. Don't wait for a big award show to do something like that because the little celebrations all add up, and those make the memories. Those are the ones you stop and remember in your mind.
yes, absolutely. And I want to show the video or part of it. But I want you to speak to also how you got your, I guess, subscribers from on social media that
Oh,
have battled, and I love that you incorporated them into the video.
well, what we did is a friend of mine named Bruce Birch, he kept hearing me talk about my evolution and changing death sentence into life sentence. So he encouraged me to write this song with him. And I didn't want to. I just was like, oh, that's such a sad sounding song. I don't want to do that. And I decided reluctantly to go ahead and do it. And the song came out better than I thought. It was an uplifting kind of anthem kind of feel to the song. And I decided to make a video about it. And I encouraged people that have been going through breast cancer to send me a picture of themselves if they wanted to live in this positive light. Like, I smile even though, or I choose to live boldly, or, I will encourage others, things like that, positive things that they were holding a sign. And I had so many, I couldn't even put them all in the video.
Wow.
It was sad in a way because there's so many people
Yeah.
going through cancer, but exciting to me that they were listening and wanting to live their lives with more appreciation. And it turned out beautiful. And in the midst of making this video, we lost Olivia. And I thought, what a beautiful way to honor her life, because that's her goal. That was her passion, is to teach people to live in the moment and appreciate it, even no matter what circumstance you're in. Put a smile on. Smiles are free. And we dedicated the video to her. And oh, I miss her so much. I think of her every single day.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. And I don't know if you remember, Kelly, but my first interview with you was the very next morning after she had passed. And I
Mm,
remember saying, "Are you up for the interview?" And I don't think it even sunk in yet.
no,
You know.
it hadn't. We actually were part of very few people that were able to go to her celebration of life, and it was near her home in California. And to be around people that she touched on a daily basis, and it wasn't a lot of entertainers there. You'd be surprised. It was her massage therapist or her person that does her facials, or people that she touched on a daily basis. Nobody was able to really put it into words. Everybody's still really grieving, and it's been a while. But her life meant so much to so many people. You can't just put it in a nutshell. She's going to live forever with the way she lived her life.
Yeah. And she had a hospital, right? She has a hospital.
Yes,
So
it's
she's
named after
she's
her
still
life.
helping people, and she's not even here.
Yeah, I mean, just the little lessons that I learned. I don't mean to have these props here. I was just doing another interview prior to you, but she wrote the foreword to my book. I'm not going anywhere, and
Yeah.
I teach a lot of the lessons that I personally learned from her throughout my book. And the lessons that she taught me, they ring in my head. And I to be a tenth of what she was, and possibly be a light to somebody to help them through a tough situation as much as she helped me. Wow, I mean, the world would be a better place.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you are touching so many lives. You really are. You're so instrumental in bringing peace and hope and strength to others. And I'm glad you have the prop there. Can you show the book again? Because I came on a close up with you. I love your book. I love this. This is great. I'm
Can you
not
see
going
it?
anywhere. And do you want to talk about the song real quick?
Yeah, I wrote the song
Okay.
I'm Not Going Anywhere. Goodness gracious, 16 years before Ascension Hospitals found it and picked it up and put it in their commercials. And of course, you and I know that anything that goes on the computer is not national, it's international. So
Yes.
I've had beautiful letters written to me from all over the world of people saying they've heard my song. And especially during the pandemic, it's a comforting song where they would play it for their loved ones left in nursing homes or hospitals, or unfortunately a lot of people used it at their families' funerals and even weddings. It's a song of, hey, I'm still here, you're not alone, kind of
Right.
feeling. And when I decided to write my book, I thought that was a perfect song for it, because I'm still here after almost 18 years as a breast cancer survivor. And, I promised God when I first began that journey, if he could just let me live, I would do my very, very best to be some ray of hope in some way. And I think that the book it's given me an opportunity to share my story in length if somebody's interested in hearing how I got through it. And it's a roller coaster ride. It's uplifting, it's sad, it's scary, but yet it's uplifting again. I'm still here to tell the story, and it's humorous. And the one thing I'm really proud about it, after every chapter, there's a QR code that you can use your phone, and it will take you directly to a video that relates to the story you just read. So it's
I
interactive.
love that. I
Yeah,
love that. Can you hold that up? Can you show the audience? I think that's
yeah.
great.
Let me see if I can find it really quick. It's after every chapter. I'm a very visual person, so although I put a lot of photos
There
in
you
the book, I also put the QR code. And you take your phone and you use your camera and you just go over the QR code, and on your phone a video will pop up that will take you to me playing on Star Search, or maybe a video of me talking about what it felt like to be diagnosed, or just it's chock full of fun stories and inspirational, I hope, too.
I love it. I think that's amazing. And Dame, which I didn't know she was a Dame, Olivia Newton John wrote the forward.
Yeah, she was super thrilled that she'd not only gotten the highest of awards in Japan and Australia, but she was just so excited to be named. She never had the opportunity because of the pandemic for Queen Elizabeth or Prince Charles, who's now King Charles,
Right.
to actually go through the ceremony with her, but she indeed was legally named Dame Olivia.
Wow. And I have to tell you, my audience absolutely loved the tribute that you gave her when you were on my show before. And I don't know if you remember what you said, but you just opened up like a little window into Olivia as a friend, like what she was like in a personal way. We know her as a celebrity, but I love that you shared that she was funny, that she would make jokes. Do you remember? Do you remember what you shared with us?
I don't remember exactly what I shared, but I'm sure we would. There's tons of on my personal phone. I won't show you the videos, but I'll show you. There's tons and tons of. I have a whole Olivia file. This is all
Oh,
the
that's
videos that she
great.
sent to me throughout the years.
Oh,
And it's just girlfriends.
I
It's
love it.
just, what'd you do to your hair today? I don't like your makeup today, or I'm sending you
Right,
some earrings, or, it's just, she was always teasing me because I'm not the most organized of person. So she'd send me organizing books.
right.
She was just very thoughtful, and yet she loved to joke with you and pick on you sometimes too, but always encouraging. And the beautiful thing about her is, if she was in the hospital, matter of fact, one of the videos I saw even last night, she was in the hospital teasing me about, how is your hip, Kelly? You're walking like an old woman more than me, So she was always putting the emphasis on
Emphasis. Yeah.
somebody else,
Yeah.
making sure you were taking care of yourself. And I, again, recently getting through COVID, the last time I had COVID, she was the one to call me, sending me
Oh,
herbs and spices and stuff to try to take care of me and TG. And she just was a lovely human being. She was not even a human. She was an angel.
yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing
Yeah.
with us. Yeah. The one thing that I was remembering was when she asked you how chemo was going. Can you share that? I love that.
said, "Did you go through chemo?" And I said, "Yeah, but I was a renegade. I dropped out early. I only did half of the treatments because I didn't think it was, going well for me." And instantly she stepped into the song from Greece, from Beauty School Dropout. She said, "Chemo dropout." She's real quick-witted. I miss
Love
her
it.
humor.
Yeah. Love it. So I want to show the video, if it's okay. I'm going to show it to
Let's do it.
the audience. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put you on mute and I'm going to put me on mute.
Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
Cool table, bright lights, counting back from 10. Wake up from a foggy dream just to hear it's back again. Doctors paint the darkest news, but instead of death, I'm gonna choose a life sentence, but I'm nowhere close to being finished. A life sentence, now I'm living every minute. All the things I took for granted mean much more since I've been handed a life sentence. Bald head with a warrior scarf just to hide how bad it's been. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, I will rise again. I'll keep on fighting with a smile upon my face, with an attitude of gratitude and God's amazing grace. He's given a life sentence, but I'm nowhere close to being finished. A life sentence, now I'm living every minute. All the things I took for granted mean much more since I've been handed a life sentence. I see the grass a little greener, the sky's a lot more blue, and I love a little bolder ever since I got the news. A life sentence, well, I'm nowhere close to being finished. Life sentence, well, I'm living every minute. All the things I took for granted mean much more since I've been handed a life sentence.
That is so beautiful. Is that hard to look at when you see?
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I can handle the song itself, but it gets to the end and it chokes me up every time.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
It's beautiful. So can you tell us about your husband TG? Now TG, he's a legend, but I also, even though you're young, to me you're a legend too in the country music world. You really are. You're both iconic. Such a
Oh
powerful.
my gosh, that's
You really
hilarious.
are. You really are. To me, you're right up there with Dolly Parton, Reba McEntire. You really are. You have such beautiful vocals.
They
You
would
really.
argue that.
Well, I'm standing on
But you
that.
know what? But music is in the eye of the beholder or the listener. So I love that you think that. Thank you so
Yes.
much. To
And
be
and
in
yeah,
their presence is it's very
most definitely. Most definitely. And you're not just country. You sing pop. You
I
sing
do, and my mom
R&B.
raised me on all kinds of music. And yeah, my roots, began because my dad worked with Conway Twitty, but
Mhm.
my love of music, I think music is if it's a hit, it's a hit. So I've been branching out and I've been enjoying again, I'm sorry to have these props here, but I've been doing interviews all morning. This is my latest album. It's called Old Soul 2. These
Nice.
songs on here are like from John Wade and Rod Stewart and Gladys Knight and Tina Turner. There's all of their hit songs. I've just loved going back and recording songs of the past that molded me and songs that are still playing in the airs and we hear them in the grocery stores and getting your nails done. And
Mhm.
I recorded Old Soul originally and released it in 2020 and it did so well. And I had so much fun and so many of the songs I hadn't gotten to yet. So we did volume 2 and comes out this Friday. And it's actually available now. Autograph copies are available now on kellylang.net. So if you'd like
Nice.
to hear the different types of music that we perform, it's a lot of fun.
Nice. And I noticed on YouTube you have scheduled for Friday track reveal.
Track
So
reveal is the whole song, the whole album. Every day we've been revealing a new track from the album, and today we're on track 11. There's 13 songs on the album, and by Friday you'll be able to hear a little snippet of all of the songs on there. But we're so excited to be able to offer this, and it's been a long time coming. I've been recording it for over a year and a half, and it's already selling like crazy. I was on the phone when we were watching part of that video, and I'm like, wow, I've already gotten tons of orders. I can't wait to be able to address all of those. But that comes out Friday, and then TG and I just recorded a Christmas song called White Christmas with the Oak Ridge Boys.
I
So
saw that.
we're excited to be able to share that. It comes out next Friday, the 18th.
That's awesome. I love the music that you're coming out with. And my show is all retro pop culture, so it's right up my alley. I love that you capture our memories like that. It's great.
Well,
Do you have a favorite?
Do I have
Do you
a
have-
favorite from this album, you mean?
Well,
Or
do you have a favorite, I'd say classic song that you either covered or you didn't cover yet?
Well, oh my gosh, I it's like picking a favorite child actually, because I really enjoyed recording all of these. What I enjoy performing the most, I think, is Midnight Train to Georgia, which is an old Gladys Knight and the Pips song.
Great.
I had so much fun recently. I've been doing more speeches lately. I really enjoy being able to share my story with people, and it's kind of a ride of my musical story, my breast cancer journey. It allows me to sing during the speeches, and I'm able to show part of my humorous side through a character that I created on XOXO, and it's a stupid, goofy country character that I use to cheer people up, really. But I had this lady come up and she was happy to join me on stage as one of my pips.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's great.
so fun and I just have a good time. I just enjoy music. I love the healing aspects of it, and I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't fun. I promise that.
That's great. One of these days I want to interview XOXO, if that's okay.
I don't know if you're up for that.
I'll do my best. I'll be looking forward to it. I saw you on Huckabees, and I thought
Oh
that
my
was
gosh.
hysterical.
This character, I started coming up with her because I was writing with, I don't know if you're familiar with Lori Morgan or not, but was writing an album with her. She's had a ton of hits in country music. I'm surprised you haven't heard of her before, but anyway, we were talking about people that knew her but didn't know her. They would like come up to her and tell her, we love your song, and it happened to be somebody else's song, or get her name wrong and stuff. So I came up with this character to tease her, and the character took on a life of its own and strangely enough, it's allowing me to say things I really wish I could say, but I can't.
Right.
But this character allows me to live outside the box, if you will.
Hysterical. Do you
Yeah,
know
but
who's
it's fun.
yeah, do you know who she reminds me of? Now this is going way back. Do you remember when Cher had that character Laverne?
Yes, thank you for recognizing that, because that's who she was patterned after.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, indeed. That's awesome that you captured that.
Yeah. Oh, I saw that in you right away in that character. I was like, this is great.
Yeah, I don't know if Governor Huckabee was prepared for that, but
Yeah, in the beginning, didn't know if he was in on it or not. He just he
no,
just really went
no, he
along.
had no idea where I was going. And I loved when I gave him some of my peanuts and he started eating them. And I said, "Don't worry, I sucked all the chocolate off of him." He spewed it out.
Yes,
He's a great straight guy.
that is great. Yes, he is. That is great. That
Yeah,
is
that
great.
was fun.
Aw. Now, one thing that I love that you share is because watching the video and we see pictures of you, I guess, when your hair was just starting to grow back, right?
Right.
And I love that you shared how TG supported you through that time.
He was amazing. We had been dating for 3 or 4 years when I was diagnosed. And to be honest with you, we weren't really, I think I was more in a place where I would have wanted to have gotten married. I had 2 little girls. When I was diagnosed, they were 9 and 13. And he had gotten out of a really tough divorce and he wasn't quite sure he was wanting to be a stepdad at that time. It was a lot going on.
Yeah.
And I felt like by my being diagnosed with breast cancer, that wasn't fair to him. If he really wasn't in the process of wanting to get married, he needed to move on. Here's your door,
Mhm.
and I would have preferred that. If he was not going to stick around, I needed to know that then. So there was one day I share in my book that I had let my girls go to school. They had never seen me really cry. I just was really stoic, and I tried not to let anybody think I was really in a lot of pain, but I was, and I hid it well, I thought. And I was in the shower one day. The kids were at school. TG and I never lived together before, but he did have a key to my condo. And I got out of the shower, and this is one day that I looked in the mirror, and I was blown away by what I saw. Because, a lot of times us ladies can put our makeup on and not really even look at our face. We just go through the process. But I decided to really look in my eyes that day, and they were weirdly colored, and my skin was greenish, and I was bald. I didn't have any eyebrows. My eyelashes were gone, had scars all over me. And Denise, I just burst out in an ugly cry. It was a wail, almost like I didn't even recognize this moaning that came from me. And I did not know that TG had heard me. He was coming in the house to drop off something, and he ran upstairs and burst through my bathroom door. I was mortified because he had never seen me without a wig on or makeup or something,
Right.
And I grabbed a terry cloth robe, and he wrapped me in the robe, and it was a white terry cloth I'll never forget. And he pulled me down on the ground, and he started rocking me like a baby and was kissing my head. And I was so embarrassed. I can't even explain to you how I just wanted to disappear really bad. And I said, T, please don't look at me. And he said, Kelly, you're so beautiful. And I said, oh, yeah, right. Don't look at me. He kept kissing me and hugging me. He says, you're the most beautiful woman I have ever seen. And I said, just please stop lying to me, and this is your door. You need to leave now. You don't want to get married. I don't blame you. I wouldn't either. It's time to go. And he said, I'm not going anywhere.
Oh,
so he repeated my words.
yes, he did.
And it was a real full circle moment for me. And not only that, but, no marriage certificate could commit us any more than that moment. That was a real poignant time in our relationship. And he's never left. He went to
It's awesome.
every treatment. And he would sit with me during MRIs because he knew how scared I was. And he would hold my hand and sing to me. And what a stud.
It's amazing.
All I can say. I mean, that's not the reason that I fell in love with him, because I was in love with him before, but boy, did that seal the deal.
I would love to talk to him one day.
Oh,
I would
he's
love that.
awesome. If you know him as a singer, you love his music. He's nice. He's a great entertainer. But my favorite part of him has nothing to do with that. He's genuinely the kindest person I have ever known in my life. He's very emotional. He wants to know every detail of how I feel about things, and he's just a caregiver, and he loves to nurture people, and he's a great friend.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wow. I love to hear stories like that.
I'm
That's
lucky. There's a
yeah,
lot of people that
you're right.
I've had a bad marriage, and I know what that is like. And I
Right.
think, a lot of times people say, the statistic is that if you divorce, you are more likely to divorce again, I guess. But in our situation, we have such appreciation for each other because we have been in a situation that wasn't ideal.
Hmm.
And so we greatly appreciate what we have even more. And it has been the greatest blessing of our lives, is being married.
Wow. And do you feel that God brought the two of you together?
No doubt. There's no doubt, because I mean, you think about it, in the music industry, there's a lot of ego, a lot of time apart, people being on the road away from each other. There's a lot of stresses to it, temptations, I guess, if you're not with the right person. A lot of competition could be with two artists in the same family. But the thing I think that makes us work, that makes us different, is I honor who he is, who he was, what he's done. I couldn't do what he does. There's no way I would have enough time in my life to be and do all the accomplishments that he has already attained. What I've chosen to do is learn from his wisdom, and we're in no competition. Like, I do totally different things than he does, but I kind of feel like he lives vicariously through me. He can see new things in my life again that he relived, or maybe he's already done and forgotten.
Right.
He sees a new spark in me, and his prayer for me every night, which I think is so sweet, is he prays to God every single night for me to be validated, which, who does that, and
Yeah.
it's selfless,
He's
and
very
it's
selfless. Yes.
very, very, and he wants my abilities and my talents to be recognized way more than his own. He says, I've already been there, done that. I want you to shine, which is a most loving gift ever.
Amen.
Yeah.
And Jesus said that, men need to love their wives as he loves the church. And
He loves me more than I deserve. I can tell you that.
oh,
He's constantly saying, I shouldn't love you this hard, but I do. I'm like, oh, God. But it's, I encourage anybody that's on the fence of should I marry, should I not, just do a lot of praying, make sure you're with the right person. But marriage to us has been a godly, um, just a miracle, really, from where we came from to where we are right now. God is first in our life, and we pray every single night together. And I think it's just important to have that aspect in your life, especially in this time and day. Everything is so dark and heavy, and
yeah.
our favorite time in life is just alone at night together, and in prayer. We are able to connect like that, and a lot of people, maybe they don't do that. And I think it's an element that keeps us safe and together.
Yeah. And it's also important to note that he was a dad to your little girls. Like, he
Oh,
treated them as his own. That is so important.
the thing about that is, he was 56 years old when we first started dating. And I'm almost 56, and I can't imagine taking
Taking
on.
on someone else's children, right?
Oh, there's no way on earth I could do that. I know me,
And
and
girls can't be too easy. I
they were
know
horrible. They were so,
teenage years, right?
oh, it was just, they always loved TG though. They've always thought he was they love him more than they do me sometimes, I think. But he is such a solid fixture in their lives, and has been so consistent and loving, and oh, he's patient. He's put up with a lot from them, but I just can't imagine the choice that he made to take all of us on, and not only me and the girls, but he is my mom is a daily fixture in my life, always has been, always will be, and she's just everything to me. And he brought her along for the ride too. He takes us on vacations and takes us to lunch and dinner and stuff, and we're just a good unit.
That's wonderful. Now, the two of you both did something profound at the age of 15, right?
What was that?
Well, okay. He kind of, I remember my father said when I was 15, I ran away and joined the circus. But when he was 15, he ran away to join the country music world.
He ran away to Memphis. He lived in Humboldt, Tennessee, which was, I'm going to say about an hour and a half east of Memphis. And he wanted to start what he thought was a rock and roll career at the time. He wanted to be like Elvis. Every little musician, I guess, wanted to be like Elvis. Lo and behold, he never thought he would ever meet and become friends with Elvis. But Elvis eventually met him, or TG met Elvis, I should say, at a skating rink when they were closing the skating rink down. And Elvis was getting ready to open it up and play football on skates. And he was short a guy. So he had TG, who was coming out of the roller skating rink, to join them. And that started the 16-year friendship that they ended up having. And Elvis bought TG his first tour bus after he had some success on the road, and was very encouraging to TG throughout the years. And it's really strange now because, he's been gone over 40 years. And what's the likelihood of me being friends with Priscilla now? I
was going to ask you that. Oh, wow, you are. That's great.
Yeah, it's a very strange full circle moment for both of us. We adore her. She's a wonderful friend and super sweet. And I can sure see why Elvis loved her. She's a doll.
Wow. What a story. It's amazing. And when you were 15? When I was were you on the country music television channel singing Lady Lady?
I swear you know more about me than I do.
I do my research.
Yeah. I had begun singing a few years before, doing local TV and all this, but I had recorded a song called Lady Lady, and it had gotten on the charts and was doing quite well. And CMT, which is Country Music Television, had not begun yet. They had just started putting out, and there I am, putting out videos of people it's kind of like MTV before MTV began. And they were needing some video content, and they actually paid for my first video. I would give anything to find that video now. I have no idea where it is. I don't have a copy of it, but it was played all the time. And it was an adorable little video about a young girl, and she fell in love with a cowboy. And that was my first kiss of a friend of mine that I had a crush on at the time, named Johnny Moore, played the cowboy. It was a cute video.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I would give anything to see that again.
Wow. So there's nobody that you can contact from that. Yeah, like how would you even start?
I wouldn't know.
Where would you begin?
To have the audio still is really cool. Some people have sent me the single throughout the years, but I don't think anybody has had a copy of the video unless they're just hiding it and haven't told me about it.
Yeah, I was doing a search because I heard you say that on another interview, and the audio is out there, but the video is not. You're right.
Yeah, and it's cute. I mean, it's young love. It's an innocent, kind of. I don't know. I wish I was that thin again.
I say that all the time, Kelly, and you're so much thinner than I am.
I look back and think, well, I thought I was fat. Are you kidding?
I know. Isn't it true, though? We always thought we still had to lose weight,
Yeah,
and
I'm telling you.
Get those sizes back. I held on to size 4 and 6 and 8 in my closet for years. I was like hoping.
Just in case.
Just in case. Exactly. So now this, I want to show the viewers because I love it. And the last time you came on, I didn't show your performance, but when you were 18, you were on Star Search. And I have the clip, so I want to show that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put your seatbelts on.
Here we go.
In our female vocalist category. When we went to the studio audience to break that tie, we also had another tie. a first in our 3 seasons here on Star Search. So in the interest of fair play, both performers return tonight as champions to meet a new challenger. They drew straws before the show to see who would go first. If you get all that straight in your heads, we'll go on. I'll introduce our first champion. She's from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, now living in Hendersonville, Tennessee. She has 1 win. Welcome, Kelly Lang.
New York City ain't no kind of place for a country girl with a friendly face. If you smile, people looking too funny, they take it wrong. The greenest state in the land of the free, and the home of the grand old Opry keeps calling me back to my Smoky Mountain home. Mama, you can love my feather bed as soon as I can. I'm gonna go ahead back to the Tennessee hills and a little Missouri. And Daddy, you can love the rifles up. We're gonna load them dogs on the pickup truck and head out to Calhoun County and catch us some food. Well, I ain't been home and I don't know when. If I had it all to do over again, tonight I'd sleep in my old feather bed. Walk with me for a little bitty taste of Mama's homemade chocolate cake. The Tennessee homesick blues are running through my head. Sing it with me now.
Kelly. They're both.
Oh, wow. I love it. I love it. And you're doing some yodeling there.
Oh, I don't know if I could do that anymore. I wonder where they put the Energizer Buddy in that kid. I teased because I had more enthusiasm than talent at the time, but I just went out there and did my best. And I was actually the youngest to ever do Star Search at that time.
Oh,
and
wow.
they actually had me try out when I was 17 and didn't waited another year before they allowed me to come on. But that was before they did the juniors, and I had to compete against a few people that were much older. And boy, I would love to do that again. Redo it and take it down a couple of notches probably. But I had a blast out there.
Wow. So what do you think about performing that single now?
Oh my gosh,
that would be interesting, right? To compare.
I don't know that I could do it. I sing much lower now. I think the older I've gotten, the more
would sound
darker
different.
my tone. I don't know if I could even still do that. But I would love to hug that little girl. I love her. She was innocent and wild and free, and not tainted by insecurities yet. And she was a sweet, innocent little kid.
Yeah. Awesome. Now, what about your daughters? Are they interested in music?
Well, that's a great question. My youngest daughter sings amazing. Oh my gosh. Has no desire. Could care less. Never, ever wants to sing ever. And it makes me crazy. I took her to the studio as a gift to just, open this opportunity and possibility up. She went in there and sang, didn't miss a note, didn't miss a word, and refused to even hear herself back. And I was like, makes me
wow.
But if you don't have the desire.
Yeah. But she's still young. I mean, our desires change through the years. You know that,
I just don't think she would ever want to go down that path. But she could. My oldest daughter can sing, but she's chosen a different path. She is now a clothing stylist for entertainers.
Oh,
so
that's great.
Oh boy, she's killing it too. Labels hire her to make an image for their new artists coming out with new albums or videos or whatever, photo shoots. So she goes and finds the wardrobes and makes them all look unique, to the fact where she designed John Bon Jovi's tour jacket. And she was sent clothes from Lionel Richie's designer and stylist in LA. He couldn't be here for Lionel's CMA red carpet. So he calls Peyton to walk him down the aisle and pick out which outfit would be best for him. And so she's taken a different route. And, I'd like to say she got some of her love of clothing from me, because I've always enjoyed clothes and stage clothes. And I've always worn a little different things than most people my age, but she's killing it. She's making a big name for herself. I'm so proud. I'm proud of both of them. But as far as them going into the industry, I'm disappointed in a way, but I'm relieved in a way too, because it's not for everybody.
Right. And it's so important that we do what we love doing.
Yeah. My favorite thing my parents ever gave me and my 3 siblings was the gift of do whatever you want, as long as you're happy, as long as you treat people nice. And, they never said you have to be a, doctor or lawyer. They never had any boundaries on us, so we could live imaginatively and be authentically ourselves. And I think that's the greatest gift a parent can give a kid.
Absolutely. And letting us know that whatever we put our mind to, we could achieve.
Yes. But they're, when you meet an entertainer, I don't know if you're like this, but anytime I go, and meet an entertainer and somebody says, were they nice? They don't ever ask if they sang good or if they look good. They go, were they nice? And, somebody asked me this morning on an interview, they said, how would you like your legacy to be? And that's it. I would like for people to say, yes, they were nice. She was nice, because all the talent in the world, all the accolades in the world mean absolutely nothing if you're not a kind person in the end game. And my parents raised me to, no matter what we decided that we were going to do, we had to be our best and we had to be nice. So hopefully that translated.
Yes. Well, you are definitely nice. To me, you're wonderful. And I love speaking with you. I consider you a dear friend. One day I'll come to Tennessee. And we'll go have some Folgers coffee. We'll have TG sing. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
He would do that for you, no doubt. Well,
Kelly,
I'm so happy to be with you today, Denise. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for taking that trip down memory lane with me. And thank you for sharing your heart. I mean, I appreciate what you're doing, because you're doing so much to encourage others, and, especially during their most difficult times. They need that. They need someone to give them a little bit of hope and uplift their souls just a little bit. And you're just doing an amazing job with your music, reaching so many people.
I think if you have a platform, it's your responsibility to use it to be helpful to people. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity to be able to do that. So people like you, if we didn't have people like yourself to allow us to speak and have a way to get our stories out, we wouldn't be anybody. So we want to thank you for that too.
Oh, well, thank you for saying that. Yeah, my platform, it's like, I consider it God's platform. And I'll always say, Lord, who do you want to have on the show? And before every interview, I pray, and Lord, you give me the questions, you give me the words, so it's definitely, it's God's.
I can feel that. I can definitely feel that. And it's wonderful to be able to have this opportunity in this time and age. We can have these shareable links that people can hear and see our hearts. So that's great.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, the last time I asked you, and I'm going to ask you again, would you be able to pray for those that maybe somebody is watching this saying, I'm going through a really difficult time. I'm scared. I don't know what tomorrow holds.
Yes. Let's end this in prayer. That would be wonderful.
Thank you.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for being in our presence. You always say, when 2 or more are gathered, you are even more here. And we just thank you for that opportunity. We hope that you can send people our way to hear this conversation and perhaps be blessed by this. We ask that you spend special blessings on Denise and her ministry here through her podcast. We thank you for the opportunity for social media and the opportunity to turn what could be positively into a good thing from a bad thing. We ask that people that might be listening, that might be having a hard day, have the opportunity to see some light or hear something positive and uplifting within our conversation. We thank you ahead of time for the blessings and the answered prayers that you have already answered today. We ask that you watch over people and please heal this world. We thank you so much ahead of time. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. And for those that want to reach you, they can go to your website.
kellylang.net. And we've got some really cool things coming up. I'm really hoping you join us there today.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless you. And I pray for continued success and health to you. And
Thank you. You
God
too.
bless you and your family. And hopefully we can get together again and we can get TG to come with us. I would love to have the both of you on. That would be great.
Make sure and have Scott set that up. He would love that.
I will
Have a
definitely
great
do
day.
that. Thank you, Kelly. You too.
Bye, Denise.
Bye. God bless. Bye.